Welcome to One Brothas Mind, and I am KD Smooth. Today we will question and challenge popular information and views from a B1 perspective, while we expose the real facts you need. We do this to strengthen your logical, critical, and discerning thinking skills. Because in today's world, hard choices are mandatory and they come with consequences. So you need all the information. And at One Brothas Mind, we do this from a B1 Yeshua the Christ follower's perspective. Now, if you're not ready, you better get ready with KD Smooth at One Brothas Mind. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's KD Smooth back at you with another report this evening. Hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. This evening's report, family, we're going to chop it up real quick on this issue. Okay? Predictive policing lists soon in your area? Before we get started on this report, family, a couple of things. One, please make sure you smash the likes, and share this report all over your social media with your family and friends, as well as make sure you are subscribed to One Brothas Mind so that you get the alerts when we go live or upload new content. Family, this is some stuff going on that y'all need to know about if you don't already know. Okay. Wow. What we're going to do with this report this evening is I'm going to give you a brief overview of this predictive policing list situation, and then I'm going to share with you a video report from the Institute of Justice. And then after that report, we're going to come back and chop it up about this issue. Okay, family? All right. So first, let's jump right in. The sheriff's office, according to this report from the Institute of Justice, the sheriff's office from Pasco County, Florida, have a predictive policing program. Okay? The sheriff's office claims the program's goal is to predict and prevent crime before it happens by targeting people they suspect may commit crimes in the future. Yes, family, this is real. I know you're probably thinking of the Minority Report movie and what have you, but this is real. This is happening, and it's been happening for a while now in Pasco County, Florida. Okay? The sheriff's office, what it does, it creates a list of people they think are likely to commit crimes in the future. It places people on the list based on their criminal record, but also based on things that the person may not have been able to control, such as whether they've been suspected of a crime, whether they've witnessed a crime, or even whether they were a victim of a crime. The sheriff's office calls the people on the list prolific offenders. This is real, family. And I'm going to share this report with you. And I want you guys to check this out. Yeah. Wow. This is crazy. So I'm going to share this with you, and then we're going to come back and chop it up here in just a moment. Here. All right. Here we go, family. Let's share this, and we'll come back in just a moment. Here we go.
You want to go to jail too? Pick up that kid. Pick up the kid. Pick up the kid.
Bro, she's holding on to the baby.
Yeah, so let go.
Will you call?
Go ahead and call. Take the baby, please. You're under arrest, Danny. Stop resisting.
From that Leo, stop.
On September 18, 2018, Pasco County, Florida resident Tammy Hallman was forcefully removed from her home after years of being harassed by the Pasco County Sheriff's Office.
It all started when my son got in trouble. The police just started coming to our house multiple times a day, harassing us, and just, it was ridiculous to the point where nobody wanted to even be at their own home. It was a very scary feeling. It was really uneasy. It interrupted our lives.
I would be sitting in jail, worried about my kids, wondering what I did to deserve this. I had no understanding about anything other than that. The truth is that the first arrest of my son began the enormous amount of police activity at my home for no reason. And I'm gonna call it harassment because that's what they called it.
Come on, man. Can you come talk to us? Why? You have warrants? Then why won't you come talk to us?
Hey, sorry to freak you out. We were just looking for... Is Delana here?
Hello, is Bobby here? Tyler, open the door, man. We're just coming to check up on you because I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm Corporal O'Haight. I'm the one who spoke to you on the phone. Yeah.
Okay, remember, family, these people are not under any current investigation for any current crime. They are put on this predictive policing list because they've had some previous either convictions or arrest, or as well as the other stuff. As far as basically they're being targeted. Whether they're a witness to a crime or whether they or even a victim of a crime, they could be on this list. Okay, fam? There we go.
Anthony here? No, he's not. He's not here? He's hanging out with some friends?
In 2011, 35-year-old Chris Nacco was appointed sheriff of Pasco County. Sheriff Nacco set out to reimagine policing in Pasco County by adopting a controversial model of policing called predictive policing that was designed to stop crime before it even happened.
Messing around with an aggressive sheriff, Sheriff Nacco is not playing these games.
One of Nacco's squads, known as the Strategic Targeted Area Response Team, set out into their community with various lists of names, harassing residents they suspected might commit unspecified future crimes, along with their family members.
When I was on my way to jail, the officer began to tell me that if they're coming out to your house, they're going to get you with something. Either it's a code violation, they're going to take you to jail, they'll get you for a seatbelt violation, whatever it is, they will come after you and they will enforce their zero tolerance policy in any means possible.
Right, so here's the policy of the agency. I'll explain it to you so it makes sense. If people have themselves or their people that live in the house are committing crimes and victimizing the community, then the direction we receive from our sheriff's office from the top down is to go out there and every single violation that person commits to enforce it upon them.
This list uses a point system based on interactions with the law. The points are tallied up and the sheriff's office is left with their list of citizens to target.
Yeah, they have like a list of people that used to get in trouble but don't anymore, and we just make sure everybody's doing good.
All right. You staying out of trouble? When was the last time you were in trouble?
Citizens are given points for offenses, or even for being suspected of an offense. Points were also given for missed court dates, probation violations, and appearing in 5 or more police reports, even if they were only listed as a witness or a victim. A former Pasco County deputy was ordered to randomly show up at the homes with the sole purpose of making the family uncomfortable, sometimes showing up as many as 5 times in one day. They would even go as far as sitting outside the home overnight.
Tell him we know he's there.
Family, be clear. Remember, in most counties, the sheriff is either an elected position or an appointed position. Either way, this is what, or in this case, this is what the people in this county, the governor, the mayor, and the majority of the voters in this county, this is what they elected or appointed to put in place. Keep that in mind, family. This didn't just magically happen. Okay? Let's continue.
Tyler, come outside.
Usually when they were frequenting us, it was usually about anywhere from once a day to multiple times a day. There may be a break where they weren't there for a few days and then would come back.
Some families were harassed more than others.
What's up? Is Donnie here? Is Donnie home?
Hey, Donnie home?
I'm looking for Donnie.
Is Donnie around?
We're looking for Donnie. You know that, right?
Hey, morning, Donnie. How you doing?
They were always targeting my family. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been here several times a day or multiple times a week. We were definitely being targeted. Absolutely, definitely.
They were coming, I mean, at least every day and multiple times a day. When you start gathering, you know, what my kids would tell me when they were there, when I would see them there, and these kids are scared. All they've seen is these guys take their brother to jail, their dad to jail. They've yelled at their mother that they're going to take her to jail, and now they're yelling at them. Come to the door, talk to us.
Whenever we run out and try to bring back dinner or something, the kids are getting bangs on the door, and these officers are wanting to talk to my kids too. And my kids don't know any more than we do. Every single time I try to give a little bit to you guys, I end up with this. And it's even 10 times worse than it started out as.
Many times when the police would come to our house, they were very disrespectful. They didn't care who we were. They looked at us as if we're not an officer, then we're not one of them.
Man, listen, we don't have time for your games. You're an idiot. You're inside of a house. How are you being detained, moron?
Yeah, you're fat and ugly. Shut the hell up.
Hey, let's stir something up with this.
So with what?
Whatever you saw, which is police talk where they're a bunch of f***ing assholes.
Hey, last time we made her cry.
Mom?
Yeah.
My neighborhood was already a very, very safe neighborhood. That's why we moved there. Inevitably, the only police activity was when they were coming to arrest somebody at my home. Nothing was ever stolen from my vehicles. Nothing was ever burgled at my home, except if you count the sheriff's department. They're the ones that were at my house. They're the ones that were taking things that didn't belong to them. They were the ones entering without a warrant.
It's the police that I have to worry about. And it's the same for my kids too. And it shouldn't be that way. They're the ones that we should be able to call when we need help, not be fearful of.
The only thing they were doing was taking me to jail or exploiting me by taking my money from me.
Should I start writing the citation?
Huh?
Should I start writing the citation?
His dad's in there.
Well, write it to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
One day they were here, they gave me, I believe the day that they were here, it was for numbers on my mailbox. I didn't have any numbers on the mailbox, so they gave me a citation.
The first citation violation I received was for overgrown grass.
The following day, they came back for another citation for chickens that I had in my yard.
The next one I received was for my double jet ski trailer being parked on the opposite side of my 5x8 enclosed trailer.
This one is for having the boats, trailers. They have to be on one side of the property. You can't have them on one on each side of the property.
They were trying to claim that there was a snake crawling into my garage and somehow that's a violation. Numbers not being visible on the front of my house.
This one here is the address. That light is covering up that address.
The reality was these guys were taking a ruler and measuring dandelion.
And this one is for overgrown. The grass underneath and on the side and the back of the house is over 12 inches.
County ordinance violation. Accumulation of junk and debris. What else they got? I don't know. Piece of fence.
Well, you got violations here, so it's not like he made them up.
Family, this is not the HOA of the neighborhood. This is the police. This is the sheriff's department that's doing this, not an HOA.
They just tape them to your door. So there's a possibility that you may not even get it. And this is a court date that you are required to attend. So if you don't attend that court date because you didn't receive the letter, then you're in even more trouble.
Okay, Tammy, I'm gonna leave your citation in the door. Just make sure you make the court date, or else you're gonna have a warrant.
I believe it's their way of showing that their crime rates are going down is to just chase people away.
Deputies meet weekly to discuss who to target, sharing information on targeted persons, including lists of their associates and family members.
It got so bad that I packed up and I moved my family that night out of Pasco County.
If we get this family to move, then we show that we have less crime.
At the end of each year, deputies are rewarded for their harassment. Other deputies boasted in their performance reviews that their harassment succeeded in getting a target's family member evicted from her home.
Every single time the Pasco County Sheriff's Department arrested me, they dropped every charge because there was no evidence.
In 2021, 4 plaintiffs, including Tammy and Robert, sued to challenge the sheriff's program.
Okay, family. That's the report. You can find that on the Institute for Justice YouTube page. Yeah. Family. We got again, that is not an HOA. That's the literal Florida Pasco County Sheriff's Department doing all that. And as you guys heard, there's actually the 2 main people in this report and 2 others that are all suing the Sheriff's Department for this harassment and violations of their rights. To be clear, they are sending sheriff deputies out to monitor, intimidate, and harass people on their list that they made up, right? The deputies are instructed to gather as much information as possible about their targets and then just routinely show up, just keep coming back unannounced at people's houses to interrogate them. What are you doing? Who's here? We want to talk to this person or that person. Where'd you go? Or where are you about to go? Or where you just got home? Where'd you come? Where are you coming from? Which none of this is any of their business. You know, they're getting people so-called with code enforcements. You know, things like if a person may have been incarcerated or arrested as a teenager. Listen, family. So now that's on their record. So now that shows up on potentially on the predictive list. You could be 40 years old now, but your arrest or incarceration as a teenager is still showing up on their list. And they're hitting people, like the report said, with citations for crazy stuff. Missing the address numbers on their mailbox. The one lady had some chickens in her yard. The dude talking about his grass wasn't cut. They literally got rulers measuring it. This is not the HOA. This is the Florida Pasco County Sheriff Department. Okay? Now remember, many of these so-called citations that they are serving and just kind of making up, they actually could cost thousands of dollars. They're no different than like a traffic ticket. And they come with different city ordinance amounts, many of them that are fines that are supposed to be paid, as well as court dates that you are so-called required to show up for. And if you don't, now you got a warrant because you didn't mow your grass for uncut grass. Now they got a warrant on you. You know they coming right back. Family, if y'all ain't realize what's going on in this country, especially with the far right-wing conservative groups, the gloves have been taken off. They are going for it all. They're going for everything that they want. And to them, no matter who you are, if you ain't them, you're an other. You're those people. And they're coming after you in every way they possibly can. And one of the biggest disappointing things is, well, it's not disappointing. It's just the reality. Let me say that. The Democratic Party has always been trash. Actually, they've also always been on the same team with the far right-wing conservatives. They just do it differently. One of them takes all right turns to get to McDonald's. The other one takes all left turns to get to McDonald's. But they get to the same conclusion, the same place, the same goal. Okay? So with how horrible everything is in the country now because of primarily the Democrats and the stuff that they're doing, this jacked up proxy war over in the Ukraine with Russia and everything they're doing with NATO, these jacked up sanctions that are really sanctions on us and the rest of the world, not Russia. Most people in the coming elections are going to go out and vote these fools in. The far right-wing conservatives. That's who most people are going to vote in. And they're going to expand these types of programs possibly all throughout the country. Yeah. Let that sit on your spirit. Let that sink in. These are Hispanic people or Asian people and some white people that they are doing this to in Florida. So if they're doing this to them, you already know what's coming and how they're going to implement these programs in our neighborhoods and on black people. So again, family, I keep time and time again, I keep telling y'all better get ready for what's coming. In so many different ways, things are about to get so much worse. Now, keep in mind, I mentioned that this is kind of a far right-wing Republican, but this is still happening under a Democratic president. Yeah, Florida is right now led by DeSantis, and his right-wing conservative group. But it doesn't even matter. This is what could be coming to your neighborhood, to your house, very soon. They are just going ahead, doing everything and anything they want to do, especially to anybody and everybody they consider an other, or them, or those people. This is what America has always been, family. If you're like 30 and under, you've grown up in luxury for the most part. You've grown up with your parents kind of shielding you and protecting you from most of this stuff. But welcome to America, the real America. So, family, yeah, solutions. Definitely one is vote in your local elections. You can have more of an immediate impact voting in your local elections. You know, a lot of them, they got the sheriff right on the ballot, and all the other local officials, the school board, for everything. Vote in your local elections. Because if you don't, these fools most likely going to win that election. And then when they institute these programs, you stuck. Now, the downside to that is they're also redistricting the hell out of your neighborhoods, or out of black people's neighborhoods, to minimize our vote. That's what the whole redistricting thing is. You can have a whole area, a whole district that's predominantly black, and they're going to chop it up and divide it up like pizza into a bunch of smaller parts. That's how they dilute our vote and remove the power of our vote in our own neighborhoods, family. Other solutions outside of that is, hey, y'all better get ready. Are you prepping? Are you getting your storage together? As Professor Black Truth says, do you have your power tools? You know, I'm sure, I put it this way, I suspect, I'm no attorney, but I suspect that a lot of these visits violate, if you got like no trespassing signs in your yard, police can't just come up and keep coming up to your house. I don't care who they are. So the ultimate solution, family, is to hope that these citizens here in Pasco, Florida, the 4 that are suing, that they win their lawsuit. Because that's pretty much the only thing that's going to stop this program, or programs like this, from spreading around the country. But remember, they're suing most likely in Florida. And most of the courts and the judges in Florida, y'all already know, they're already set up biased, and are basically, the judges are right-wing conservatives, most of them. They support these practices and these, you see? So, yeah, family. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, y'all better get ready. Because if they don't win this lawsuit and this starts spreading throughout the country, because trust me, all the other red states or right-wing states, they're watching this. This is how they operate. They'll pick, usually it's either Florida or Texas. and they'll implement a new practice or a new policy or a new law just to see if it's going to survive and make it. And if it does, then all the other conservative states and counties and cities, they start implementing the same laws. That's how they operate. Okay? So we'll see how this goes. Family, y'all let me know what y'all think on this in the comments. I mean, are y'all ready for that? Well, what would your response be if the sheriff's knocking on your door 5, 6 times, 8 times a week, harassing you? What would be your response? And after the first response that you just thought of, after you put that to the side, because you know you ain't gonna do that, because that's instant arrest in jail time. What is your second response that you think you would have? How would you deal with this? Yeah. Let me know in the comments on this one, family. Let's chop it up. What do y'all think about this, man? I mean, wow. It's coming, y'all. Welcome to the real America. Again, family, please smash the likes, share on all your social media, and subscribe to One Brothas Mind, because we're here to bring you the information and facts you need. And this concludes this broadcast for One Brothas Mind. We thank you for joining us. And as a part of the new Black media, B1 choices are mandatory and being on code is required. But never fear, Yeshua the Christ is with you always. Shalom.